Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you today. I want to talk about something we all share, even if we don't always admit it, and that's fear. Fear touches every one of us. It shows up in different ways, but it's always there. And today, I want to tell you a story, a real talk, about what fear really is, how it tricks us, and how we can face it with courage. You know, fear is one of those things we all carry, but most of us pretend we don't. If you and I sat here face to face and I asked you, "What are you afraid of?" Maybe you'd smile, maybe you'd shrug, maybe you'd say, "Nothing." But I know there's something. Everyone has something. Fear is not weakness. It's your body trying to protect you. When your heart races, your palms sweat. Your breath feels heavy. That's not because you're broken. That's because your brain thinks you're in danger, even if it's just giving a presentation or walking into a room. I've been there. I know what it feels like to freeze. I remember standing in front of people, my throat dry, my legs shaking, and thinking, I cannot do this. In that moment, fear was lying to me, because the truth was, I could. Here's the thing, fear doesn't disappear. You don't kill it and live happily ever after. No, fear is always there. But courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is when you take the step with fear sitting right beside you. Picture this with me. Imagine you and I walking toward a door. Behind that door is everything you want: freedom, confidence, success, peace. But standing in front of the door is fear, looking big, looking dangerous. Most people stop. They say, I'll come back another day. And they never open the door. But here's the secret. Fear is only a guard dog with no teeth. It barks. It makes noise. But if you walk forward, step by step, you discover it cannot bite you. The way to beat fear is not to wait until you feel ready, because you will never feel ready. The way to beat fear is to take the smallest possible step right now. You don't climb a mountain in one jump. You put one foot, then the other. That's how people overcome fear. I'm telling you this as if we're sitting here having coffee, because I know you've been afraid, and I know you're tired of letting it control you. And I want you to hear me clearly. You are stronger than your fear. Not because fear goes away, but because you have the power to walk with it, to act even when your hands shake, to move forward even when your knees tremble. That's what every brave person you admire has done. And if you can do that once, just once, you will never see yourself the same again. You know what most people don't realize? Fear is universal. Nobody escapes it. You can see the strongest person in the gym, the most confident CEO, the loudest friend in your group. And yet, when the right situation comes, they freeze just like anyone else. Fear wears different masks. For one person, it's the fear of speaking in public. For another, it's the fear of failing, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being enough. For someone else, it's flying, heights, or sickness. But deep down, almost everyone has the same root fear. What if I'm not safe? What if I can't handle it? And the truth is, you can handle it. You already have. Think back. I'm sure there were times you were scared, maybe shaking, maybe doubting yourself. But you still went through it. You survived. You learned. That's proof. But the problem is, we forget. Every time fear rises again, we act like it's the first time, like we're powerless. Let me remind you, fear is loud, but it's not the truth. When fear shows up, it feels real. Your chest tightens, your thoughts scream, Stop! Don't do it! But that's just your brain's alarm system. And the alarm is not the fire. Just because it rings doesn't mean you're in danger. Think about this. You get nervous before speaking. Fear says, you'll mess this up. People will laugh. You'll embarrass yourself. But when you actually speak, what happens? Most of the time, nothing terrible. Maybe your voice shakes, but people listen. People forget. Life goes on. Fear promised disaster, and it could not deliver. So don't trust fear's first voice. Doubt it. Step anyway. And here's where most people get stuck. They wait. They wait until the fear goes away. They say, one day I'll be confident. One day I'll have no fear. But that day never comes. If you wait until you feel no fear, you'll wait your whole life. The only way through is to act while you're afraid. The step doesn't need to be huge. If you're scared of speaking, don't start with a TED Talk. Start by saying one sentence in a meeting. If you're afraid of heights, don't climb a mountain. Stand on a balcony for 30 seconds. Why? Because your brain learns through experience. The moment you step in, survive, and realize nothing happened, your brain records it. Do it again and again, and the fear loses its power. Courage is built, not given. Let me be honest with you. I've had moments where fear almost controlled my whole life. Opportunities I didn't take because I thought I'd fail. Rooms I didn't enter because I thought I didn't belong. I missed out, not because I wasn't capable, but because I listened to fear. And I regret those moments. But I also remember the times I pushed forward. The first time I spoke to a crowd of strangers. The first time I got on a plane, terrified of turbulence. The first time I admitted to someone I loved that I was scared of losing them. Those moments changed me, not because the fear was gone, but because I learned I was bigger than it. That's what I want for you. That shift. That moment when you realize fear is loud, but you are stronger. For a long time, I was afraid of flying. Not just nervous, truly afraid. Every time the plane shook, I thought, this is it. We're going down. And do you know what changed me? A pilot once said, turbulence is uncomfortable, but it's not unsafe. Planes are built for this. Fear is just your body reacting to the unknown. That stuck with me. Because isn't life the same? Turbulence doesn't mean the plane will fall. It means you are moving through the air, through life. Fear doesn't mean you can't do it. It means you are alive, awake, on the journey. Now when I fly, I still feel the bump. My heart still jumps, but I smile and whisper, turbulence is part of the ride. So here's the truth I want you to take home. Fear never leaves. But that's okay. Because fear is not your enemy. It's a companion on the road. It walks beside you, but it doesn't have to lead you. You can carry fear in your pocket and still climb mountains. You can feel fear in your chest and still speak your truth. You can wake up afraid and still choose to live boldly. Fear is part of the human story. But courage is the part you choose to write. And you know one of the greatest lies fear tells us? You are the only one who feels this way. Have you noticed that? You look around and see everyone else smiling, acting confident, moving forward. And you think, why am I the only one shaking? What's wrong with me? Let me tell you, nothing is wrong with you. Everyone feels it. The difference is not who feels fear, but who hides it and who walks through it. So let me ask you, what fear is holding you back right now? Not yesterday, not 10 years ago, right now. Is it the fear of failing if you try? The fear of speaking your truth? The fear of walking away from something that no longer serves you? Close your eyes for a second and name it. Whisper it. Feel it. Now imagine your life without that fear in control. Imagine what doors would open, what paths you'd walk, what freedom you'd feel. That life is possible. But you don't need to erase fear. You just need to carry it and move anyway. And when you do, your fear will shout, "Stop! You'll fail! You'll embarrass yourself!" And you answer it by acting anyway. That's the training. That's how people build courage. So remember this. Fear will always be part of life, but it doesn't have to control you. It doesn't drive the car. You do. And one day, you'll look back and see that fear was never as big as it seemed, because you are bigger. Thank you so much for listening, and thank you to all my followers for your support. Your time and trust mean a lot to me. If this message helped you, stay with me, because together we're learning to live with courage.